What's up, guys? Mega Bleeder here with another episode of Stoneblock 4. I didn't do a whole lot between the episodes. I made up an iron furnace, made up a little backpack you can see, and just did some cleaning up around the base. I picked up the scaffolds and cleaned up some ropes. Today, what I want to do is get our unearther buddies here moved and get some resource generation set up. So let's get started. So what I actually want to do is move our unearthers over here. What I want to do as far as the base design goes throughout this series is keep everything kind of built as the way the Feed the Beast team kind of designed it at first. I would love to be able to just add in our builds in kind of the pre-generated areas that are built by the Feed the Beast team. I think that would be pretty fun. That might limit us a little bit, but I think that we'll be okay. Oh, there's some scaffolding I left over here. I did go through and pick up like all the sacks and stuff like that were left around. We're gonna put, let's see, our geologist on top, I guess, and he is with gravel. I don't have any gravel. This is going to be our archaeologist, and then that will be our other archaeologist. We'll do sand on the bottom, or dust on the bottom, sand there, and gravel up there. So I've got... What are they doing? Just like looking straight up? That's weird. Like they were looking at the other ones? Oh, he's looking down. That's weird. That's funny. That is hilarious. What I need to do is also give them some food. And I need some brushes. So let's see. Let's get one brush, two brush, three brush, just to let them run. And I think doing that, they're going to stop paying attention to the ones above them. He might still be looking down. Yeah, he's still trying to look down. But what I want to do is take our entropy manipulator and get some stone. So we're going to need 3 stone to turn into lava. So we should be able to do that and pick that up. We're going to have a quantum goat show up. Think we might be able to juke him. Oh, look at that. What did we get? Greater experience gem. Grants experience on use. Sneak to consume the entire stack. Oh, we got a whole level there. Interesting. Okay, so to make some cobblestone generators, I want to make 3 of them. So we're going to need 18 of these. Actually, I want to make 4. So let's do 27. Those are going to go there. I do have glass, but we're going to need more water. I made a sink as well. Oh. The sink doesn't provide water. Oh, man. That's kind of a bummer. We're not getting very lucky with our water generation here. So I'm going to have to remake our water source. I guess I'll do that over here under it's kind of temporary spot for the trees. But we should be able to click that, get another bucket of lava, get another cobblestone generator, and then one more. I want that to be there. Lava and aqua. There we go. And then I need one more. So I need one more stone. And I want to have one stone or one generator for each of these guys. I can turn that down to, what is that? Item brush. Turn that down real low. So like 10%. Let's try that. One more cobblestone generator. This cobblestone generator just going to go under this guy, and it should automatically output. Yes, it is automatically outputting. So that's nice. So we've got unlimited cobble there. And what we actually are going to need is a couple of auto hammers. Now let's see. We've got 16 iron. I've got 19 gold. Got a decent amount of redstone. So we should be okay. Now for this guy, it's going to go cobblestone. Organize this a little bit. Do I have... I do have some cobblestone. Let me grab my hammer. So we should be able to do this. So that one's going to make cobblestone. It's going to make it into gravel. Oh, I'm going to need a couple of hammers. Okay. So those go there, and I need these two like this. I need to put down a barrel or something to organize this. Let me do this. Okay, here's what I came up with. We've got a cobblestone generator making cobblestone. We're going to have to hammer it down into gravel, hammer that down into dirt, hammer that down into dust, hammer that down into, or hammer it down into sand, and then hammer that down into dust. And we've got 3 processes here. We've got one for dust, one for sand, one for gravel. If we click these guys, we're going to need 8 hammers. So let's go ahead and make that happen. We don't need that many, but we can do that. Go ahead and drop those back in there. We should be able to just click this now and get these one at a time, since obviously they are slow to work. But now we've got our cobblestone generator, and the auto hammer should, if we take a look, you may be surrounded by stone, but that doesn't help you for automation. The cobblestone generators will generate cobblestone over time. This is my first time reading today, apparently, with higher tiers generating more per tick. You can also create an auto hammer to break the cobble down into different blocks needed for the unearther. Lava can be easily acquired by using the gift from the machinist, blah, blah, blah. You can also get it from the nether ring. That's if we wanted to go out that far. We did just collect a quest there, and does that finish? Oh, other than the chicken quest, that does complete that. So we are here now into this guy. We're gonna work through these just a little bit later, but what I'm mostly concerned about is getting some resource automation set up. Every once in a while, I keep coming over here to my chicken to see if he's got any more stuff for me. So I think what I'm gonna do is actually come back here. We got an ME source jar. That'll be nice later once we get into applied energistics. But we're going to need a little bit of space for the logistics of our cobblestone. So this is going to be dust. Let's come up here to our gravel buddy. All right, you're making gravel. So this should be as simple as a cobblestone generator and a hammer. Oops. So he should get cobblestone. I might have to type that differently. So let's grab probably some drawers or maybe some chests. We can probably make drawers. How many are we going to need? 1, 2, 3, 11? Actually, not 11. Let's just grab... Oh, look. Ha! The bee must have heard what I was looking for there. These guys keep spawning. That's actually where I got these crystal chests from. It's from the loot bee. Let's make it easier on ourselves to get up here. Oh, look. We got our quest done. that was the final one that we needed in Get Started. Sweet. Got another $2. Okay, so let's grab a bunch more drawers. We'll just take a bunch of them. We're going to come up here to this guy, and if we put a drawer... Will it auto-output to the top? Yes, it auto-outputs to the top, and we should be able to put a hammer here. There we go. Now, is that going to go? Yep, that automatically goes in there. Sand, it's 1, 2, 3 hammers. So that hammer is going to go there. I planned this out a little bit. I didn't do a ton of planning. And then finally, this one is going to be here like this. And he'll get dust. Okay, and now what we need to do is have an auto input for brushes and food. So I'm going to use barrels for the input. Okay, so I moved stuff around just a little bit. I mean, not like, I don't know, probably 90% of my builds kind of work like this. I place stuff down. I'm not the biggest fan of how it looks. It's more of just a proof of concept. And then I fix it. So I set up drawers here instead. And I've got the piping back here working around. And I don't want them to like connect here like that. And I don't know that there's a way for me to like disable that. So I didn't want to have them like connect and go all the way up the back. So I had to route it around a little bit of a weird way. And then same kind of thing over here. I routed it back and around just so it looks nice. And then over here, really, I can cover those up. And I could probably put one more piece of cobblestone there. Yeah, that way our campfire's still functional, but it doesn't look ugly. And then I just routed the output back around behind this guy here and into this gold barrel. So now we've got tons of resources. These will never run out. If we ever need sand or gravel for something, I can just like take it out. Let's see, is there any use for sand other than compressed sand? Some copycat blocks. No, it's just the unearther that uses it. So, or dust. I was looking at dust there, but we can take sand out. And luckily, it'll just gonna keep outputting into there. And let's see, these are faster, right? But these can only process one at a time, it looks like. You can see here, we're already kind of gaining there, so that is nice. So now we've got some automatic stuff. So if we want, you know, more iron, we can just go and hook up a whole entire stack of iron. We do have an iron furnace here, and I've got this set to auto input from the top and auto input fuel from the back. It's not auto outputting on the bottom. There's a hopper down there, and then I got another furnace here that's not currently really being used, but we do have diamonds now. We've got lapis. We've got tons and tons of resources. All right, now that we've got that done, let's take a look at our next quest. Let's meet the quartermaster. Welcome with more archives unlocked, it is time to explore the lobby and find the echo of the quartermaster. Work with this echo to discover your first major upgrade. You may teleport directly to the echo from anywhere in the lobby after meeting them using the echo quartermaster. We do have a reward here, so what did we get? A flux controller? Nice. It doesn't help us a ton right now, but I mean, we could throw it down right here, and then eventually when we get power, we'll have it. Then we'll have wireless charging. And once we get some more flux stuff, I don't want that to go in there. So what we can do is go to route of guidance. Okay, we need to spawn first. And then from there, the quartermaster. And we'll talk to him. He wants us to craft a metallurgic infuser and the dielectric casing. Okay, so to upgrade the world engine, you'll need to make some basic machines for processing materials. To do this, you'll need some basic circuitry and metallic alloys. Metallurgic infuser would be a great machine for this. You will also need a very durable machine casing to house the components. Take a look at power generation chapter if you want some more early power option. Then we need to come back to him. We need to make the infuser, the dielectric casing, and I'm probably gonna go heat generator. This is pretty simple to make, and since we have lava, we can pretty easily set that up. What I'm curious about is we can, if these are directional, it'd be really nice to be able to face them up, but I'm not certain that we can. So let's take and make, yeah, let's say four heat generators. Now, okay, so we cannot place them facing up. So these guys operate off of using lava for energy. And actually what I want to do is take some of our zinc and I want some panels for these guys. We're gonna go grab some of those. Let's see, we've got 4 of those. Let's get 4 metallurgic infusers. So we're gonna need 8 ferni. So we'll do that. And then we also need the dielectric casing, which is going to need some paste. And all we need for that is buckets of lava. That's pretty simple. Grab our entropy manipulator. Grab a little bit of stone so we can grab 2 buckets of lava. And then we should be able to that and that. And we'll grab some iron bars. Make 8 of those. Make 8 of those. And what are these going to be needed for? Dischargers. Okay, so they're, yeah, we'll take 4 of those. And we can actually head right back to the quartermaster and talk to him because that's a completed stage. With this piece of infrastructure set up, you should be good to head over to the old world engine and bring some power from your base to craft yourself some machine blocks. These components are what hold the entire dang thing together, so good luck, don't mess it up. Get yourself plenty of steel mechanical components, basic control circuits, electrum wires, and those dielectric casings you made earlier to the world engine. Make sure you got enough to make a whole load of machine blocks. So 64 world engine machine blocks. So back home we go. Let's see. World engine machine blocks. So we'll need 4 recipes of this. So we've got enough machine casings. Steel is going to be something that we need the metallurgic infuser for. And carbon we can get from charcoal, so that's nice. So we're going to need a place to start our power. Now, I'm slightly concerned about burning down our base. Only slightly, though. So what I'm going to do is that's enough for 4 spaces. And I'm going to need to put another stone there. So let's get a little bit more stone. And all of this is going to be turned into lava. So break this slab. We're going to need that there. And I suppose a piece of cobblestone there. And if we take our entropy manipulator, and we're going to put see. Is that far enough away to not burn? Not certain. I'm not certain that trap doors burn either. So let's do this. Put that there. Do that. Put that there. Now that's going to flow into that. And our metallurgic confuser can go right there. That should be okay. So these are actually lava logged. So you, and then you. All right. So let's take and grab a little bit of charcoal. Let's say 16. And we need 8 iron. Iron can go in there. We'll throw that charcoal in there. That's going to go in there. This is going to output, and we can set it to auto eject. So that's going to go out directly into this machine, and that's going to make us some steel. Cool. This is going to need some redstone, so let's just grab some of that. And we do have a ton of it. I upgraded this barrel, by the way. So we've got a ton of redstone, a ton of resources. We'll get to using those. That can go in there. And then this is going to need osmium. I didn't cook up any osmium yet. Let's see. What is the osmium? This is osmium. So we'll take those. Don't have... Oh, there's... Give me one more chunk. There we go. Nice. So we can take our furnace, pop that in there. Really? We used up all of our tiny charcoal, I guess. Let's... I don't want to use the coal. So let's just do this. Pop that in there. And then I should actually also be able to access this. And I believe I can charge my entropy manipulator. So I can put that in there for the time being. And can I charge that from here? No. I can put it in there. It's just really slow for the time being. That's okay. We've got osmium. So let's grab a couple of them. Let's say 8. We got steel. Sweet. We can put that in there. We'll put that there, so that'll cook up first. And then let's see, where is the enrichment chamber? What do we need for this? A little bit of steel, some more osmium, so we need one of these too. And I can actually... shouldn't make another heat generator, but I think what I'm going to do is, with my steel, make some cables. So we can do that. Make 2 sets of cables. And then these guys, I put this in my offhand. Put that there. Sweet. And now I can just put these down. Like so. And I can even put some machines underneath. Like so. And then the enrichment chamber, I should be able to make it. Just need those control circuits. Now, did move these. So that's carbon. Is this the one that's auto export? No. So let's turn that off. Turn that on. And then enrichment chamber. We can place that there. Awesome. So we've got space for a couple of machines here. All right, so we got this guy. We got a random reward. Ooh, a mysterious cube. Okay, is there something that we can do with this? No, it doesn't look like it. Looks like we can get a couple of things, but this is going to be used for applied energistics later, so I'm actually going to place that right down, because we're going to break it. Oh, I got a stick. What's that say? I tried to quit tree school, but they said I couldn't leave. It's terrible. Terrible joke. Okay, so we've got 4 dielectric casings. That is good. What we're going to need is a bunch of steel mechanical components. Now, those are cheaper in the engineer's workbench. What would it take to be able to make coke bricks? Not much at all. I've got a ton of clay, so we can cook up clay without too much of a fuss. And we've got sand. Oh, I don't think that we're net positive on resources anymore. What are the auto hammer upgrades? If we go up to gold, but then I think our... No, we are making plenty of cobblestone. So I can upgrade these if I have enough iron. I don't have enough iron, but we can get some more iron cooking. We ran out of that. So let's see. Just grab a stack of coal to put in there. I need to do a little bit of cleanup here in our drawer. Okay, so I am not going to lie. This took way longer to organize than I'm proud to admit. But I do have ingots automatically being smelted. I set up compacting drawers for everything. Let me show you. I need to put a ladder here. But these guys are, everything is automatically getting processed now down into ingots, and I've got them in simple compacting drawers. I don't know if a normal compacting drawer is going to be the better bet, but what I did was put a bunch of furnaces, or furnace, up here. And the small chunks, the chunks can go into a compacting drawer, which is nice. So I've got the iron furnace up here that are pulling these out. And this should be pulling out tiny coal. Not sure why it isn't. Everything should be linked there. I'm not sure why these are not refilling on any coal. Anyways, I'll have to figure something out with that later, but that stuff is all automated or pretty much automated. I don't know why those are not getting more coal. I'll have to deal with that later. Eventually, I'll make the factory upgrade. If I can spell it. The factory upgrade here, but we do need the world engine. So that's a couple of upgrades down the road, but I do have resources automated now, though, so that is nice. What I want to do, because we're going to need some things to get into making these. So the steel mechanical components. We're going to need some wood. We're going to need creosote. And I think what I want to do actually is tuck my coke ovens kind of back here around this area, I think. I want to kind of tuck them back into the wall. I think it'd be kind of neat. Where did that sconce go? Right there. So what I'm going to do is ignore that wandering trader. I'll put these there. I'm going to put that back there and then take out my engineer's hammer, which I believe I have. I thought I did. I didn't make one. No, I think I saved it over here. Yeah, here we go. There we go. So, pop a bunch of coal in there. This guy can go here. Some more there, and then this one. Let's put it here. And this one. We'll clean up a little bit of this stuff. Little lighting glitches here. Okay. So we're going to have creosote now, which is going to be nice. And I did make tanks to be able to put in here so that those will stay running for quite a while. I did have some luck with the chickens. So we got a couple of chickens in here. They're making us more eggs. We'll get to why that's important later on with the roost mod with the chickens. These coke ovens, these are really loud. Where's my... Let's see, campfire? Is that going to turn that down? Fire ambient. That should be that. Yeah, turn that down. Okay, so we'll let those run for just a little bit. The thing that we're trying to get now are these steel mechanical components. And they're going to be a whole lot cheaper if we make them here in the engineer's workbench, which needs the coke ovens so that we can get creosote. And once we have a bucket of creosote, which there's 500 there, there's 500 there, there's 500 there. I think we actually need 2 buckets. To be able to get this all set up, I did need to make a drawer controller, so I made up a quick mechanical press and a hand crank to be able to make steel plates. We could craft it this way, but obviously 3 to 1 is not a good ratio, so this is just 1 to 1. Eventually, we'll get a metal press set up, so that will deal with that. Okay, so I gathered up the creosote that I think we need. I think 2 buckets will be enough. I think we're going to need, 2 sets of sticks. So let's grab a fence. Need slabs. Last, we need the engineer's crafting table. Shouldn't be terrible, and this might be enough. Yeah, there we go. So the engineer's workbench, and then we're also going to need, so this stuff goes away, this blueprint for the crafting components. Gonna need a little bit more paper, which means I need a little bit more sugar cane. And then we also need some blue dye, which we can get from lapis. Easy enough. And bam. So we take our engineer's workbench that it could probably live over here. Pop that in there. And now we need our steel plates and copper ingots. 8 copper ingots. That'll get us our steel mechanical components. We need 8 of those bad boys. And then all we have left is this electrum wire. So for the electrum wire, we are going to need some lava. And I'm going to need a rusher. We can easily get some more stuff. We got a decent amount of stone built up, so I can pop a crusher down there. I'm not sure exactly how much I'm going to need. Let's see. For the electrum, so I'm going to need 8 electrum wire. Means I need 8 electrum plates, which means we need 8 electrum ingots. And if we're going to go this route here, the electrum dust, we can get, so 4 silver dust is what we need. Where is my silver? You silver? It's 10. That's osmium. This must be silver. We can pop that in there. This can go in the metallurgic infuser. That's going to make enriched gold. It's a little slow, but we can take that. And I actually only need 1 of these, right? Should be able to take that, pop that in there. And is this going to make... It's going to make 2. Excellent. But actually, I'm going to need 4 more to go in there. So that's going to get me electrum, and then that will just be able to smelt. In our furnace. Grab my buckets out of here. Put those away in the backpack. Okay, so that's going to run 2 more recipes. Get rid of that. So we'll take this. We'll cook that up. We do have a stone cutter. So we can grab our electrum. And to be able to make the electrum wires, we could roll it. It has to be a plate. A plate, just get from pressing here. So we'll have to bonk these down, and then we can put the electrum into our stone cutter there. Wait a minute. Is that going to be the wrong electrum? That's the create electrum plate. I don't know if that's going to work. Let's find out. 2 more bonks. Nope. That's it. So pop that in there. No, apparently. Oh, that sucks. There's no use for this whatsoever. Okay, so let's take 1 more look at how we get electrum plates, because this apparently doesn't work. So what I'm gonna do... Yeah, we are going to allow cheats. Let's go on. Can I do this? Easy as this. Electrum block. Electrum sheet? Is it sheet? Or plate? Either of these materials. Electrum 8. There we go. And then this I'll just delete. Yeah. And that can go in there. There we go. Now we've got our 8. And that's everything there. So we need to go back. According to the quartermaster, you now have everything you need to craft the world engine frames in the world engine. But I do need power, right? So we're going to need an energy cube. Put away our entropy manipulator and our hammer. Those we don't need just yet. So let's see. From mechanism, we need a cube. So we can make one of these, and I believe I've got everything I need to be able to make one of these, except I need a little bit more, but we've got plenty. So one more of these, do that, and then this just needs to charge. All right, so this guy's got a full charge, so we should go to the world engine and pop that down there. Our items are inputted, and oh, there it goes. 64 blocks. 64 world engine machine blocks. And now, let's see. According to the quartermaster, you now have everything you need to craft the world engine machine frames. Yep, we got those. We need a bunch of these to restore the world engine's functions. And we get a random reward. Hopefully it's something good. Oh, ender chest. Okay, I guess that's not bad. It does. Well, I guess it's cheaper. We need Chronotron glass. What we can do now, I think, is go back to spawn, and then we will go to the quartermaster. I think we talked to him. Yeah, so we complete that, and now he says he doesn't have much more, but the work system will be updated. More knowledge soon. So we unlocked everything in here, which is pretty sweet. We got some uh, transporters, some translocators. These are nice for moving stuff. A nice fancy hammer and a good brush. Sweet. We've got a magnet, which is nice. A water tank from Super Factory Manager. Okay. The Wand of Symmetry. That's cool. Some elevators, experience obelisk. We can buy chance cubes. Do we want that? I don't know if we want that. I know I do want a feeding upgrade. That would be nice. What else? I don't think I care all that much to an advanced item filter. Let's go with just the feeding upgrade. And if we take a look in our backpack, we can pop that in there. And we can set it to potatoes. Allow the baked potato. And then we can just save that. So now it'll automatically eat for us. That's pretty sweet. Speak with the Echo of the Quartermaster. Once you've crafted all the required machine blocks, you should return to him. I did that. Now, submitting the blocks required for the upgrade, claiming its reward will automatically assemble your engine. So let's go back. Let's go to the engine place to do Explorer's Compass. Apparently, we need Ferrocore for that. The World Engine's machine block upgrade unlocks several new crafts, including one of the best tools you can make for getting around. The Explorer's Compass can help you locate any structure in the pack, including mysterious vaults. We'll need to save that. Let's go back to the World Engine. And through here, I believe those, when we submit it, they'll get like put down there. So if we go submit. Ooh, look, fancy graphics. Where did those go? We leave and come back, will we be able to see them? Interesting. Go back home and then come back. Oh, there they are. No, yes, yeah. Or maybe I didn't see these. Were these here in the last? I don't know. But now, next thing we'll probably work on is getting through a little bit of this create stuff. We've got to unlock all of these. We do have a bunch of quests that are complete. So with the archives, this guy, he wanted us to get um, saplings. This wanted us to get the machinist. We got the saplings. I just need to grow a tree. Over here, we got lava. We need obsidian plates. We need brass. I think that's probably going to be where we call it for the episode. We got a bunch of quests that we can redeem, though. Play for an hour. We play for 10 hours. Oh, we're almost at 85% of that. Generating resources. We unlocked the archaeologist, the geologist. We don't have the dimensionalist yet. Logistics. We got those pipes. Power. We use the heat generator. It looks like there's a couple of options here we could get some money for. Kinetic dynamos. Pretty sweet. Flux networks. I did get flux dust from a goat that I killed. We got a controller from a random loot reward. Storage, yeah, iron chests. We do need apparently that upgrade. Oh, we'll take the money from it. Compacting drawers. Did get a backpack. And this is... We can dye the backpack. Interesting. Useful tips. The crafting table on a stick. I did make that so I can hit tab and I can craft anywhere. These are the construction sticks. That's telling us about that. General tech. Immersive engineering. Oh, that gave us some more treated wood logs. Through create. Oh, look, we get a free wrench. Nice. We got a whole lot more stuff to get into. Modular force fields. Ooh, looks like this is might be needed for something. Modular force field systems, MFFS for short, is a tech mod that adds force fields and other defensive measures to protect our base. Wonder why we need that. Interesting. General technology. This questline shows general tech mods. Oh, alright. The slow melter. The slow melter is a basic machine that melts items. The speed will shock you. It can create molten metals and alloys using power. You attach a foundry trap app from Productive Metalworks to the side of it. You can pour the metal into a casting table or basin. Once you have the appropriate cast, you can use this to make plates, blah, blah, blah. Oh, what do we need for this? Nothing? A capacitor, basic machine core. That's simple enough. Capacitor, zinc plate, copper plate, lava. Let's make one of those, I guess. Not right now, because I think we're going to call the episode here to get some stuff claimed. Get ourselves a whole bunch of money. Welcome to Oritech. Yeah, this will be... Oh, I got bananas. Oritech will be a fun mod to get into for the first time. Draconic Evolution. That's an old mod. But yeah, we got a bunch of gear. Fantastic. We'll drop that in there. The bananas I don't care too much about. The Arcane Grove locator. Yeah, let's go home. Loop. We'll put our energy cube. And the portal was still there. I fell through it. We'll put our energy cube back. We'll drop off those. Don't need the ender chest. The banana I don't need right now. Clean up our inventory. And I think that is going to be it for today's episode. Next episode, we'll get more into the magician and into the machinist. That's going to be it. So thanks for stopping in.